Killjoy, but I think that because this is not to my taste, no one else should be able to enjoy it.
He din do ju hindu kai elephant speech do curry vindalu so eloquent. H1B stands down bad. Fred Ascot Brown's the new trans fad with a poo mascot. Can't hold the kex, my sides up in orbit. Fat moldy DEI design orbit. Rolling on the floor LMA yo door hit your lips swollen GDC go. No, it's pronounced AI. Renounce your position, no need to reapply. Tesla explosion, Cajun splatter spree, government persuasion ops is like poetry. Trump mod removed by Nexus he she's, triggered wannabe god pronoun species, sex cell so Google censors, anatomy repel with ugly is the Druckmann strategy. Chinese 4 in 1 season fantastic, Western woke boring unseasoned and spastic, meta AI queer mom influencer, wet a straight guy with your beer dispenser. Crystal dynamics remembered to piss upon, free manly women no need to clip coupons, queer Cali shame peak gamer derangement, make good games not political statements. Hello beta testers. Before I get properly started, the developers behind the upcoming South of Midnight game, Compulsion Games, have been blocking people on Twitter, always a good sign. And since it's seeming to bother somebody that I'm daring to cover it, I'd like to remind you all that the community manager, who happens to be a DEI consultant, hates gamers. In this tweet they write, "Honestly, I hate gamers." And in another tweet they write, "We also need to be very honest about the elephant in the room. The majority of the perpetrators are white adjacent, cis-het men." And for normal people who aren't in a cult, cis-het stands for cisgender as in normal or not transgender, and heterosexual as in the types who populate the countries that we live in on this planet because reproduction is a thing that can only occur between a man and a woman. And this might be hilarious enough on its own, but since people want to imply that people are just looking for negative things to say because Compulsion Games works closely with Sweet Baby Inc., allow me to contribute that they, in the past, have edited a post that said that they need to rewrite history because, as you might imagine with these DEI consultants, it's all they can ever think about. And that was in response to Crystal Dynamics really getting on their knees to apologize for Lara Croft raiding tombs. We promise we'll make her more manly. We promise we'll make her queer. Is that what you guys are looking for? For the modern audience that they physically wrote. So that's who this is for. Is that you? Are you the target audience for this? Because if not, maybe your money shouldn't be going in this direction. And since Xbox seems to learn a lesson as it's blocking black men that they claim to represent, like Kyle, not here, but everywhere. And trust me, you know damn well that I didn't do or say anything to deserve it. They just want to silence a brother. They want to silence our brother. And that's okay because they represent me, right? Beta tester, I hope the government's beginning of the year ops aren't getting you particularly upset, but if they are, you can direct them at the people deliberately ruining escape entertainment with their political slop. These injections are unnecessary, and it seems that even Helldiver CEOs are kind of coming around to these sentiments, even if they're banning people in their entire audiences from even being mentioned, because giving Voldemort's power in this manner has historically worked out well, right? Just kidding. We know that to these types in this cult that history bad and we must rewrite new history. So now that it's safe for you to act another way, to be the way that the wind blows, that the water flows, we, beta tester, get to observe these flim-flam men struggle in their hypocrisy. Activists, games journalists, developers, and shills all uniformly turn on Dragon Age, the non-binary guard, which is crazy because I have it on authority from a non-binary entity that it was authentic non-binary representation as they reacted to the non-binary writer injecting all of that non-binary cringe into Dragon Age, the guard. Nexus mods the Polygon Police swiftly bans a Captain America mod for Marvel Rivals, even though there's a bunch of Biden-centric and kid-specific mods that have been left untampered with, because we have to assume it's run by the kinds of transgender editor-in-chiefs of sites like The Gamer who have previously made it abundantly clear that they got big problems with you modding what you own the way that you want to, because fun is not up to you, it's up to them, and if they find it offensive, it will be removed, or maybe if it's just counterproductive to the queer struggle garbage that they're trying to turn every video game into. You know what I'm saying? So the West, the woke West, has teed up everybody that's not woke and Western to make mad money by simply putting out a fun game, as CEO of Helldivers makes it abundantly clear, not a political statement. So games like My Side from indie developers Path of Exile, Marvel Rivals manage more than the whiny Blizzard devs accusing Black Widow of being stolen and deleting comments saying that Path of Exile should be regarded as a Diablo-like. With the Fantastic Four coming to Marvel Rivals in its first season, that is 4 heroes more than games like Overwatch can manage in an entire year, as they pretend that the reason for the sequel still exists when it doesn't. NetEase manages that, and there's hints of Ultron and Blade still coming down the pipes as well. So recently Azure Lane, with no notice, makes it clear that Google is going to be censoring them. Horrifying to me, because you know I'm extremely excited for Azure Promelia. Bunny suits were too much for Google? Okay, so it's probably going to face the same kind of scrutiny that Stellar Blade faced from Sony's bitch ass. And even with the half of the brain damaged journalists no longer having a job enough to complain, we're probably going to be looking at problems from Pokemon to Pal World, from Diablo to Path of Exile, from Sims to Inzoi, from Overwatch to Marvel Rivals, from GTA to Ananta. I want to see this industry flourish, but with so much censoring, so many activist cocks that are so desperate to take things down a level, the crabs in the barrel they are, we see Wukong face scrutiny from DEI consultants because they gotta imply it's not diverse enough even though they haven't played through a damn chapter of the game. Fuck these villains, this is evil. Whatever they want to throw on the Kyle pile or try to take me down with, good, because it's attention to this shit that I want everybody to see, because I know it will inform their purpose, and if you're engaging with me, I thank you in this new year. Stellar Blade doing some things. I'm playing this Nike Goddess of Victory game, and I'm excited for the future of what they bring to the table. Genshin Impact's developer, Hoyoverse, they're working on a Stardew Valley meets Animal Crossing game. Tell me if you think they'll compromise it in the comments below with exclusively pronoun, fat, diverse characters, nose ringing and shaving their fucking head with surgery scars that are so insufferable that, like a Dragon Age character everyone hates, only for a non-binary to fall out of the fucking bushes and say, this is authentic representation. So what? You know, it's like a real, what? Holy shit, what are you doing to yourself? Okay? Cool. I'm not buying. Some loser is claiming Valve isn't diverse enough for them. I don't even have time to touch on all of the cringe they call the people telling the truth and putting the spotlight on what people said, grifters, and they're out here going, it's not diverse enough. They're really trying to bring that Bud Light Jaguar kind of Concord Stop it, man. Get some help, but you got to recognize you need help to be able to get it. So it's one thing to be allergic to telling the truth, beta testers, but the attempts to defund, defame, deplatform people for telling the truth is like insane, considering the lengths people like me go to avoid even getting too much attention. You know, I don't jump through YouTube's hoops, so there's not that there in the way of attention to covet, but they salivate. They want to be noticed. They want to be validated. They even if they want to repeat what a lolcow like Frost in the past has said, they need to be on your lips. Some of these people got these hilarious lol suits thrown at Smash JT coming down the pipe, so they really got to do anything to get people talking about them. But what's the excuse for everybody else? Beta tester, I love you. Don't want to run my mouth. As I said in my last video, gamers will routinely correct games, egregiously throwing these deliberate downgrades, specifically of feminine characters, into people's faces. They will correct them, since voting with their wallet is not enough. They will inform the future developers, and they don't need to be over here and part of the woke West cult. They can be Russians and indie people, Asians, if that's what it needs to come to, so that they can deliver. They can appeal. It's reached a point where woke has circled around into racism, into creating caricatures, into reinforcing stereotypes, to the point where even racist depictions from an Asian, from an Indian, of Americans is more flattering than the woke, soylent, queer, LGBT fucking demented nonsense that you want to call content people should pay for of the escape entertainment variety. Your delusion is not our reality, and we certainly won't pay for it. And all of the implications that simply talking about it is hate, okay, it's gonna catch up with you. Keep blocking niggas like Kyle Xbox. I'm fucking coming for you. Figuratively, of course. They remembered Crystal Dynamics enough to kick it in the head and laugh at them DEI designs. That's what you existed as, an example on how not to do something. Something I warned your ass about at the time, but it's something to block Kyle over because I can't make money, I can't I can't hawk my wares and actually respond to the customer. So Fable, Concord, Intergalactic, you got a bunch of extraction shooters coming out with your fair games and your Arc Raiders and your Marathon. Just brace for them fucking layoffs that you're guaranteeing right now, because you're earning them. Open your mouth and run it and talk mad shit about the incel gooner chuds and how the masculinity of the fragile variety is just, it's tears that you're drinking up, brother. Because I guess you don't need nobody money, huh? People are losing their jobs. They struggling to afford something to eat. Escape entertainment is preachy. Cancer. From some up their ass California nobody. We are thankful that your slop is so easy to discern that the normies can read the warning signs at a glance. Watching people get charged thousands of dollars, living their lives. More than necessary they charging these people. To get mowed down at the end of the year at a recreational event. I'm going to make some moves. I'm not going to get mad about it. And if I were to, I would never show it. I'm not you. I'm not crying in my car on camera. That's crazy. Since, it's a propaganda got people so stupid out in this bitch that they refusing emergency aid because of who they voted for. The candidate that ended up winning, by the way. So money and aid is going overseas, but we don't qualify for aid because you have made the people so stupid that they will, in a discriminatory fashion, deny people because of their skin color and not even class it as racism, because that's what ignorance is. It's regression. And you could call it progress, but it's not. So look across the internet. You're going to see Indian people proudly declaring that they should use the trans and curly sideburn and rhetoric to accuse people, of things. Because they've responded to that guilt in the past. It's cancellation and Me Too, electric boogaloo. So I love you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. But be firm. Don't let these people push you. At least push back a little. In a civil way. To the patrons and sponsors, I love and appreciate you. This can't really happen without your support. The beta testers and people liking and commenting, you are helping more than you know. I'll catch you in the streams. Get in the Discord. I'll talk to you later.